Hello students, welcome to the presentation on analgesic antipyretics, that is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. As we know, analgesics are of two types, narcotic and non-narcotic analgesic. Narcotic analgesics, that is opioid analgesic, have been dealt in great details in previous chapter. Present chapter mainly deals with non-narcotic analgesics. In contrast to the narcotic analgesic, the non-narcotic analgesic as a group which relieves pain without interacting with the opioid receptors. These drugs reduce elevated body temperature, means produces antipyretic effect, hence called analgesic antipyretic. Whereas also possesses anti-inflammatory property and are known as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These drugs do not cause sedation and sleep, and these are non-addicting drugs. So, let us see the learning outcome of this topic. After studying this topic, students should be able to define analgesic antipyretic and anti-inflammatory, describe pathophysiology of pain, fever and inflammation, explain mechanism of action of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, classify analgesic antipyretics. So let us first discuss the different terminologies. Analgesics. Analgesics means these are the drugs which relieves or suppress the sensation of a pain by acting on central nervous system without producing loss of a consciousness. And antipyretics are the drugs which reduces elevated body temperature. Means these are the drugs which are used in treatment of a pyrexia. And pyrexia is nothing but elevated body temperature, that is fever. And anti-inflammatory is defined as these are the drugs which gives symptomatic relief from inflammation. So let us discuss what is the inflammation. Inflammation is a process involving series of events that are initiated by any stimulus like injury to tissue, infection by microorganism or chemical damage to the tissue. During this chemical damage, mechanical damage or injury, number of mediators released by antigen antibody reaction, and this inflammation is characterized by features like edema, that is swelling of particular part of the body, that is tissue, due to the exudation of the fluid, due to increased capillary permeability. That swollen part is associated with the pain, is the important feature of the inflammation, and this inflammation is also associated with the fever and redness at the site of inflamed area. Inflammation is denoted by the word itis. Itis, that is itis, indicate the inflammation of that particular part. For example, hepatitis. Hepatitis means inflammation to the liver. Colitis means inflammation to the colon, that is the large intestine. Pathophysiology. To understand the pharmacology of the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, you should know about the how the pain, fever and inflammation takes place. Which chemical mediators are involved in this pain, fever and inflammation. As we know that the cell membrane is made up by the phospholipid. During the inflammation, pain and fever, arachidonic acid is liberated from phospholipid fraction of a cell membrane. Arachidonic acid is then converted via cyclooxygenase pathway to different prostaglandins. This involves cyclooxygenase 1 and cyclooxygenase 2 enzyme. Why are the cyclooxygenase 1? This arachidonic acid converted into the different prostaglandins like PGE2, PGF2, alpha, PGD2, PGI2 and another chemical mediator like leukotrienes. This prostaglandin is associated with the protection of GI mucosa. Mean prostaglandin required for the protection of GI mucosa against the acid. Similarly, thromboxane, which is released from the arachidonic acid, this thromboxane plays vital role in the blood coagulation, that it support the platelet function. Via the arachidonic acid, via the cyclooxygenase 2 pathway, it converted into prostaglandins, but these prostaglandins are associated with the pathological reactions like inflammation, pain and fever. Cyclooxygenase 1 and cyclooxygenase 2 both used as the endogenous substrate for the arachidonic acid and form the same product by the same catalytic mechanism, that is the prostaglandin. Their major difference lies in their pathophysiological function. Cyclooxygenase 1 activity is the constitutively that it is present in almost all cell types at a constant level and involved in the tissue hemostasis, whereas cyclooxygenase 2, that is COX2, it is active, its activity is normally absent from the cells, but it is inducible by the bacterial liposaccharides, interleukins 2 and TNF, etc. Thus, in short, cyclooxygenase 1 is a physiological that it required for protection of GI mucosa and support the platelet function, whereas the cyclooxygenase 2 is usually but not always pathological. It is releases prostaglandin from arachidonic acid and it associated with the pain, fever and inflammation. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are generally two types: non-selective COX inhibitors and selective COX2 inhibitors. Non-selective COX inhibitors, as name indicate, it inhibit the both cyclooxygenase 1 and cyclooxygenase 2 enzymes. Hence, they having the wide number of side effects, particularly GI irritation. Whereas newer class, that is a selective COX2 inhibitors, selectively inhibit the cyclooxygenase 2 enzyme, and these are nowadays preferred drugs. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are classified on the basis of the mechanism of action. That is, non-selective COX inhibitors called as conventional or traditional non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. These are again subclassified within the number of classes based upon the chemical structure. That is salicylates, example aspirin, para-aminophenol derivatives, example phenacetin, paracetamol, propionic acid derivative, example ibuprofen, naproxen, ketoprofen, anthracnonic acid derivatives like mefenamic acid, aryl acetic acid derivatives like diclofenac and aceclofenac, oxycam derivatives like piroxicam, tenoxicam, indole derivative like indomethacin, and pyrazolone derivative like phenylbutazone, oxyphenbutazone and analgin. Whereas Second class of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory is the selective COX-2 inhibitors. As name indicate, these drugs selectively inhibit only cyclooxygenase enzyme 2. And example from this class are nimesulide, nabumetone, meloxicam, celecoxib, ropecoxib, and etorecoxib. Let us see the in general mechanism of action of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. How these drugs produces analgesic effect, antipyretic effect, and anti-inflammatory effect. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug produces anti-inflammatory effect by inhibiting the enzyme cyclooxygenase, which converts arachidonic acid to prostaglandins and thromboxane A2 and prostacyclins. Whereas these drug also produces analgesic effect by mechanism, that is inhibiting peripheral prostaglandin production, and also these drugs produces analgesic effect by another mechanism. It causes inhibition of pain stimulus at a subcortical site. An antipyretic effect is produced by inhibiting production of a prostaglandins induced by interleukin 1, interleukin 6 in the hypothalamus. And one another mechanism by which antipyretic acts, these are in fever, their heat regulatory center located in the hypothalamus is get disturbed. In such a condition, antipyretics drugs or these NSAID drugs resets heat regulating center of hypothalamus and leading to vasodilation and increased heat loss and reduces elevated body temperature. Hope you are understood about terminologies, analgesic, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, pathophysiology of pain, fever, and inflammation, and classification of NSAID. Thank you.